to highlight and send a message to foreign direct investors that South Africa is a jurisdiction that matters. It is a country that has a lot to offer, and it is a market that is well on the mend. And we're hoping that when all is said and done, we can get more foreign direct investment into the country.
There's a lot of job creation opportunity and a lot of talent in the African market. So how we can double down on that, there is going to be a really big outcome if we are successful through this conference.
There's all the talk around the future of Africa's demographic dividend, and also the fastest growing economies are currently in a majority of the top 10 are in Africa. So I'd like that shape shift to be what the vision and the hope is, that, the global leaders and all the influential powerhouses around the world buy into that.
I'm looking forward to an agenda with priority setting that's very Africa focused, that focus on the development of the private sector, of African entrepreneurship, and that builds lasting collaborations and partnerships between businesses on the continent.
I think it's bringing businesses together. We heard from the previous shepherds how it's been about talk and it's been slow in terms of implementation. What I'm looking forward to is for South Africa, who are hosting the G20 and the B20, to bring all the businesses together so that we can implement and create employment and uplift our SMEs in the continent.
From an innovation point of view, I think Africa needs to respond to America in Africa's stance around AI and how AI is going to be addressed and have impacts to the African continent. I think that's where we're going to need to see a lot of change from this B20 compared to many, many other B20 countries.
I would love to see the people that were previously disadvantaged to be roped into the economy, whether individual people or small businesses, so that the big businesses can incorporate and co-op the small businesses, because the growth of this country lies within the growth of small businesses.
As business and also as strong influencers in society, we need to be creating spaces through innovation and technology to say, how do we absorb this talent so that they are ready for the world of the future, and we can influence them in a positive way. If we don't do that, then I think it will be a sad day for the continent.
Yeah, trade agreements are going to be very different. They're going to be very much more transactional. And we're now at the coalface of those discussions. So I think it is massively advantageous for us, for our businesses, and we've got to grab it with both hands. And as politicians and policymakers, we've got to make sure that business and governments are working far closer together. It's almost reactionary at the moment in the world. And quite frankly, our opportunity in Africa is to show the opposite.
There is a global cross-cutting issue that we have to face together to assure a sustainable future and progress on long-term challenges. I'm talking about corruption, that it is one of the main key elements that should be considered in the agenda of this B20 in order to progress on long-term challenges.